All right, so we're back on a little screen capture this morning because I'm in a hurry, but I've got a cool video and the other tripod showed up, so we're all set. I did learn something this morning. I was never boot up Pro Tools and Axe Effects at the same time because Axe Effects Pro Tools, it got confuzzled and I lost my HD connection. I had to reboot a few times. But I realized once I went in, you know how it goes to the Pro Tools aggregate, but it also showed Axe Effects 3 or something. So there's some sort of converter. So note to self. So I've got the new Mark V, the new old Mark V. And I just wanted to run down something consistent because I'm going to start doing some licensing cues and I'm going to make videos of these with my main high gain amps, 800, the multi-watt rectifier, and the Mark V. And I just wanted to, so I took the old song Around the World in 30 Days. You all have heard it. Some of you may love it. Oh, okay, so we'll shut that off. So what I did was, my game plan last night was to run down 2 DIs and reamp. And I couldn't get it to sound cool. I don't know if I put up kind of a little bit of a poison pen letter last night about reamping and all that, and then I took it down. I want to be positive, but I'm going to work on that. I don't know. I've never really totally dug it, the whole DI reamp thing, but I wanted it to make it so it would be consistent. It would also be faster, but I didn't. So these are all performed. So what I've got here is I've got my 800 Cameron mod in this left and right here on these dudes, and then I've got I'll recolor them, and then I've got rectifier channel 2 on the left and right on these two. They're all playing the identical thing, and then I've got rectifier channel 3 on these two, playing the same thing. Then I've got Mark V channel 2 playing there, and then Mark V channel 3 playing there. Okay, well, not really stoked about the red, but we'll go like that. Okay, now you can kind of see the differences. So you know what I'll do? I'm going to make everything medium because it's too hard to see it. So I'll scroll around a little bit. You'll see. All right, so check it out. So what I did was I did a tick in the beginning to make sure the polarity is set on each amp, because it did seem like yesterday at some point, or the other day, one was going up, the other was going down. So here's the polarity on the 800 is right here. And you can see it goes up first. And then here's the polarity on the Recto channel 2, which goes up first. And I did both channels just in the weirdest thing that the polarity would shift. And then the polarity on Recto channel 3 is also up. And then here's Mark V channel 2 goes up, meaning the transient goes up first. And then here is channel 3 on the Mark V going up first. So I wanted to make sure that they were all good. So what we'll do is we'll just mute these so we don't hear them. So what we're going to do is we're going to run down one at a time. It looks like there's a little bit of a gain discrepancy. Let me, I'll turn up the 800 just a little bit. Oh, they're on all. Okay, get out of all. Let's also get rid of these. These are the auxes for the... Okay, so now you just got... Here you go. So here's the 800. We'll turn that up a little bit. Just kind of doing it by eye. Maybe Recto 2 up just a hair too. From the Recto 3, which seems to be the loudest, which is this. And then we go to the Marks, which are both a little bit lower. So we'll come and take and we'll bump them up just a little bit. Now they'll all be about even. I'm running the Maxon 808 just with the tone and the volume kind of at noon, and just a little bit of overdrive. And I really did that mostly for the Recto, but I just kept it on all of them, so they're all the same. they're all going through my newer 412 traditional Recto with 4 vintage 30s, and I got 2 mics on it going through a pair of BAE Neves. So there it is. So I'm going to start here by, here is the rectifier, left and right. One more time here, 800. And here's rectifier channel 2 in vintage mode. And here's rectifier channel 3 modern mode. Thing is, when I got done with it, I realized it was like a little too much low end, so I just cut a little low end at like 60 on the rectifier. But that was it, just to try to try to average it out a little bit. So again, here is rectifier channel 3 modern mode. Here's Mark V channel 2 in crunch mode. Right, and now here is Mark V channel 3 Mark IV mode. Okay, 800. That just sounds like a record. Here's oh shoot, I named this. Hold on, I'm sorry. Here is channel rectifier channel 2 vintage. And I mean, like, they all obviously could use a little bit of EQ. This is raw. So here's rectifier channel 3 modern mode. I remember when we got to that one, as I went down sequentially, I felt like I was playing better too, but also it was kind of more fun because it was bringing the party. Mark V channel 2 crunch. And keep in mind, not all these sounds would be probably what you would use for something like this. This was just a kind of across the board thing because I'm going to start writing these cues and doing like hard rock metal stuff. So I just kind of want to see how they sound compared to each other. Here's Mark V, channel 3, and Mark IV. That's killer. That's got the right thing. The one thing, I'm going to blend a few of these. The one thing that is not the way it would normally be is normally I would be playing 2 amps at a time. So like this whole thing would be 2 performances, left and right. Where now, if I blend them, it's 4 performances. It's left and right of the 800 and left and right of the Mark V or whatever. So it'll be a little. Plus, I did it this morning, and I wasn't. You know, I was this. We weren't doing any finished tracks, so it's a little squishy, but you get the gist of it. So let's go back to the 800. All of them again with the 808 cracked. Let's use that as a little jumping off point, right? So here we go. Blend a few things with the 800. Here's Recto channel 2 in vintage mode with the 800. Right now, still with the 800 and the Recto channel 3 modern mode. That's crazy. I mean, that's really my sound, so that makes me crazy. But that's cool, man. So again, 800 in with Recto channel 3 modern mode. It'll be gnashing of teeth, as they say, right? So the other thing too, they're all into the same cab, where if I do them live, like the Marshall would be into my slant Mesa cab that has vintage 30s and greenbacks. It would be, so they would be a little bit different, which could be cool, or this could be cool though. That's what I want to see about this DI thing, because I think that if I can get that happening. All right, here is 800 Mark II, Mark V, channel 2, crunch mode. That Mark II crunch mode, channel 2 crunch mode, is a great mode. It's not necessarily what I would use for this, but I've been playing with that the last couple days. I love that mode. But again, more for, I don't know, playy stuff, not so like drop tune, like go stuff. Yep, that's technically what it's called, drop tune go stuff. And now let's see what it sounds like. I haven't done this yet, right? I'm doing this for the first time with you guys. Here's the 800 Mark V channel 3 Mark IV mode. Oops. Oh, all that setup for nothing. 800 Mark V channel 3 Mark IV mode. That's just crazy good. So now let's go back to the Recto channel 3 with the 800. Let's go back to the Mark V. Oh, they're all. Oh, here's the 800 with the Mark V in Mark IV mode. That's unbelievable. That's just outrageous. So there's all kinds of stuff you could do. You could, let's say, do. All right, so let's just listen down for this for a second. So here's the 800 with the Mark V, channel 3. Okay, right now, let's go to the Recto channel 3. I'm making the other two inactive. I'm just going to focus on this. it needs to be brighter. Here, just give me a second. Let me just add. Tracking this stuff without listening, kind of. Just give it a little bit of, just for now. Yeah, this is. Oh, don't show it again. That's why it's new. I had to replace my preferences. Everybody's got to replace their preferences. Okay, 800 Recto channel 3. All right, 800 Mark 5 channel 3. Check it out. I'm going to try some. So we're going to take and we're going to kill the left side of the mark, and we're going to kill the right side of the recto. So now you're going to have 800 on both sides with recto on this side, and 800 on both sides with mark 3 on right side. So it'd be almost like if I did a blend of the recto and the Marshall on one side, then I switched out the recto for the 5 and did that side. So now you've got separate sounds left and right. Let's just hear what this sounds like. Now just all recto in 800. And now just all Mark 5 and 800. Kind of cool combined. I mean, I wouldn't do it this way because it's too many performances. Now we got different amps. It's getting a little messy, but I can even play this tight enough to do 4 performances. But, it would be like once I woke up. I literally woke up, walked in here, and like, So anyway, here we go. So this is, on the left is Marshall and Recto. And on the right is Marshall and Mark 5 channel 3. And that's just brutal. I don't even know. I just love that. Okay. So here's here's 800 across the board with Recto on the left, which is over there for you, and Mark 5 on the right. Here's just all Mark 5 and Recto and 800. I'm just going to go with this for right now because there's a little Clash of the Titans and I don't want no schmutz. So anyway, there it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I've got the camera situation situated. I tracked down the first verse and chorus. I'm going to run this down. You guys can enjoy it. So this is my 800 with an 808 cracked in front of it. And this is my Mark 5 channel 3 Mark 4 mode with an 808 cracked a little bit in front of it. Nothing in loops, dry, boom, rhythm tracks. And 4 performances though. And it got, obviously, as I'm making excuses, it's morning, so I'm not dead sexy on the guitar yet. Yeah, that's, there you go. So enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. One more time. Let me hear the Recto. So, here's an observation right out of the gate. The Recto, I suspect that the Recto may be more out of the way of the vocal. So check it out. Let's do this over the vocal. Here we go. One more again. This is 800 and Recto channel 3 with and now 800 and Mark 5. They're both cool. The Recto's more scooped, so it's a little more room for the vocal, but the Five's got this attitude I like. Here's 800 and Recto sounds like marching, and I gotta be honest with you, I like the way that Mark 5 sounds. So here's Recto and Mark 5. Here's all of them with the Recto down a little bit. This is 6 performances. That's it. I'm out of here. So this is the 800 and the Mark 5 up with the Recto down a little bit. Both Mesas are channel 3. Everybody's got an 808. Everybody says 808. Doom. Oh, I blew it. Everybody says 808. Doom.
Sun rises, hope is running low. I can hear my voice say, coming home. Well, here we go again, stone and lonely, around the world in 30 days, trapped inside.
Yeah, I think I like it. I like the Mark more in the beginning, but once it started singing, I didn't want the Mark in there as loud. This is no Mark. This is just, again, 800 and Recto. And 800 and Mark. All right, so yeah, and I do like the Mark. I don't like it as loud. Like I would go for a little different blend, but the Mark, I can hear the playing more. Like I can hear I can hear the guitar player more. Where with the Mesa, I hear the guitar sound more. You know what I'm saying? Mark, 800 and Mark. You know, then you go to the Recto. 800 sounds like to me like a robot. Like it sounds like go 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 go. Right. It's more dramatic. Mark 5. Yeah, this is so I'm learning as I go, right? The Mark sounds more venomous to me. Like it's more like it sounds like a snake. It's like it's you hear the changes real articulate. The 800, the Recto is. Masks the changes, which is a part of that Recto sound. You know, think about like go 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 all that 90s, 2000s rock. You know, it's more like a wall of sound, where the Mark 5 has a little more of like kind of what a Marshall has, where it's like it's you can hear it, right? This is it. Last one. I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I got to work. 800 and Recto. That is such a familiar sound in my ear. 800 and Mark V and channel 3.
Around the world in 30 days, trapped inside this lonely maze. Somehow made it.
Yeah, they're both great. I feel like I want to tuck in the bass with the Recto.
Around the world in 30 days.
Well, there you go. Let's just get rid of the 800. Here's the Recto and the Mark V.
Around the world in 30 days.
That's really nice too, but the 800, like, I don't know, you just hear more. Like, here's the 800 in the Recto. Yeah, the 800's like, as you says, the bad boy. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm about to go on vacation. And when I get back, I'm going to start making licensing cues. I moved out my 77 Plexi. It's in the ISO booth. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I don't use it really anymore. I've really just been using the 800 mostly the last year or two. Yeah. So there you have it. Peace.